Hey folks, my guest today is Stas Coolish. He is building a very cool tool called KarmaBot.chat. If you want to follow along, it's people culture as a service. He grew up in Siberia, studied computer science and nuclear physics, played in a band, got excited by the indie games making, and then left uni to become a digital designer. Since then, he's been working remotely, traveling, and blogging. Now settled in New Zealand and growing Karma. Stas, you ready to take us to the top?
Yes. Let's. Nice to see you again.
All right, I'm glad you're here. Let's jump in. So last we spoke, you're really focused on Slack. It sounds like your positioning has changed a little bit, or maybe not. What are you working on today?
Right. So today we're working on fixing bugs in the recently released departments kind of big piece in Microsoft Teams. That means that now big organizations on Microsoft can create KarmaBot sub installations. So if I'm talking about, let's say, McDonald's, I don't have to purchase one KarmaBot for the whole organization. One tiny shop can purchase KarmaBot now, and that helps because before it wasn't possible technically. So the whole departments thing, it's huge, and it's out there now, and we testing it, and we
So Stas,
making
sorry, just
better.
take a step back for people that are not familiar with what you do. Why are customers paying you?
Right. So remote work is here, like you know that, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and it will stay most likely. It's really hard to maintain a healthy people culture in a remote company. So Karma is one of those tools that helps companies to appreciate each other more, to record this praise, to convert that praise into rewards, and so on. We automate one-on-ones. We do all sorts of things to keep this remote people culture healthy.
Got it. And how many customers are you serving today?
We've got a freemium solution. So altogether, I think it's more than 3,000, but 350 of them are paying. So that's teams, 350 teams.
Got it. So 350 teams, and about how much do they pay you each month?
Approximately 100 a month.
$100 per month. Okay, so your ACE, I believe. So have you generally increased? Are you moving up market or staying sort of where you're at, flat?
The departments was a huge block on the way, and we're trying to solve it so we get into big organizations. So
Mhm.
far, it's pretty much, yeah, around 100 people paying around 100 a month. So this is the regular size of the team and the regular bill.
And can I take 350 customers times 100 a month? You're doing about $35,000 a month in revenue.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And one thing that helps in terms of revenue is actually we integrated automated gift cards purchasing. So some of the teams convert Karma into rewards, and we get a cut of that. So the cash flow is being maintained by automated rewards, and that really helps as well.
Now you were doing about a year ago $17,000 a month, so you've more than doubled in size, and I believe you've done this bootstrapped. Is that right?
Yeah,
Got it. So completely bootstrap. You still are bootstrapped today. No outside capital.
no, it's like it
Any plans to raise?
could be maybe depends on how this remote thing is going to go. Because
Mhm.
when COVID started, we had a huge surge, and I think this was around the time that when we spoke the last time, the first time with you, and we were really hopeful that this is gonna stay. But then a year ago, we saw a huge plunge because people they want to change things. It's in their heads. Maybe remote work wasn't working for many of them, but then maybe they panic buyed. They were doing panic buying initially, and now they kind of trying to sort this out properly. So it's still unclear how fast this can grow.
hmm And tell me more about how you're growing so quickly. You had 240 customers a year ago. You now have 350. Your primary sources of customers earlier were a product hunt launch and then the Slack app exchange, I believe. Where are most of your new customers coming from today?
It's well, fortunately, it's word of mouth because product market fit is 84% and NPS score is standing around 80-ish. So we kind of a happy product for happy people. So they talk about it, and this portion increased since the last time we spoke. And otherwise, it's still Slack and Microsoft marketplaces.
So, how many new users or trials signed up over the past 30 days from Slack?
30 days would be about 500.
And how many for Microsoft? Well, I guess they're sort of the same, right?
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Microsoft is up and down because they're still figuring out the featuring mechanism. It's like an app store. They always change things.
mhm. So 500 new trials, and then what do you do with those trials? Take me down your funnel. When they hit your website, they give you their email. Then what?
Well, they actually install it from Slack. In Slack, you can have the application installed just through this plus button right there in the Slack. And then we have an in Slack onboarding experience. If that's not enough, they are taken outside in the web. And there we try to explain what we have, what we do. Over the first, we've got a free 30-day trial. And then over that period of time, we sort of reach out based on your activity. If you're a champion, if you're really digging it, we're going to be, inspiring you to do more. Talking
How do you
about
know that? What are you measuring to quantify really digging it?
right. Well, you send in karma. I'm sending karma to Nathan every other day, and karma can see that. We don't really track people's activity on Slack. We don't really track their activity on Microsoft Teams. We're not that kind of company. We see what they do with us, how much they enjoy using karma, and then based on that, we encourage them to use it more.
Hmm.
For the first 30 days, it's mainly an in-chat experience. Well, as usual, we also have the marketing chain going on in the email, but that's I don't know. It's helpful. I don't think many people converted just because of that.
Hmm. And talk to me about team today. You were 4 people a year ago. How many today?
Well, it's 5 or 6 contractors coming and going. We're trying to stay lean and mean and keep this to the minimum because we're bootstrapping, obviously. And as I said, it's still not clear where this would go because I mean that's why the investment probably is not happening and we're not really taking it.
And what were your profits last month on $35,000 top line?
25 approximately.
So what do you do with that capital? I mean, this is great. Bootstrap founder, you're traveling the world, you're living the life you love. Do you leave that money in the company? Do you buy real estate in New Zealand? What do you do with it?
All of the above, and also to simplify the answer, yeah. And we're hoping to get big somewhere in the future someday. We're trying to like play in the long game. This capital will be needed in the future. We're not. I mean, we're trying different things in marketing. Maybe reaching out here and there, spending money in this campaign or another. But still, none of that actually proved that it can work 100%. Well, when you spend 10,000 and get 12 back, that didn't happen yet. That's why we're still cautious, and maybe one day we'll spend it on marketing and convert some thousands of people and make it happen for them.
Mm-hmm. So you're not spending anything right now on paid ads?
No, none.
Okay.
It's really it's so difficult because the
Mhm.
main decision makers, they are at the top of the chain. We don't like Trello. Engineers don't come to their superiors saying like, let's buy Trello Gold, it's so cool, we've been using it for a while. With karma, it's usually the culture is coming from the head, and then we need to convince those people. It's really difficult to target them and convert through ads.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, that makes sense. Now, you were thinking about selling the company if you got the right price a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Where are you thinking about this today? If somebody offered you, 10x ARR, would you sell?
Well, 10x maybe 10x we've been offered, and 15x we've been offered. Oh, well, sorry, 10x ARR no. We've never been offered that, but we may consider it. Yes. I don't say it's impossible,
What
but
have you
we've
have
been
you been offered?
good question. That was uh 2x ARR, so approximately 500,000, and that doesn't cut it. It's like we're getting
When
six
was that?
uh last month, literally.
I mean, but you're doing $35,000 a month in revenue. You're doing almost five hundred
Yeah,
thousand dollars a year in revenue. So they offered you effectively 1x ARR, not 2x, right?
two-ish. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So it was between 500K and a million is what they offered.
Yeah. And the million was, well, kind of uh, impossible. So we didn't get
What do
to
you
a
mean by
million.
that?
So they said that the range is 500 to 1 million, and that wasn't, yeah, in our heads that doesn't do it,
Yep.
unfortunately, because at so much. we can get, like you said, we can get almost that bootstrapping, being profitable in 3 years. If we put it on autopilot, meaning that we stop doing this, like stop supporting people, stop maintaining it, it's just there on the store, full self-service. I think it will still grow. It's growing 7% a month at the moment. It will be growing 1-2%, and it still be making money.
Yep. No, this makes good sense. You're doing it the right way. How much of equity do you own?
50%.
Who owns the other 50?
Well, they are the founder.
Who's your other founder?
David Kravitz from Australia.
How do you guys decide to split the revenues? Is it, do you just pay out dividends or what?
Yeah, dividends, and it's 50-50. It's kind of super simple system.
How does that, tell me more about how that works?
Well, we've got money coming in, and then we split them when we need it. Otherwise, we don't touch that. If he says like, I wanna take I don't know, I wanna do something at my house, and I need to take out 6,000, I'm taking 6,000 as well. Sounds super simple.
I see. So do you do this every month or quarterly or annually?
At need, like when we need that.
So you could do it. It's all needed basis.
Yeah. It's a side business. It's a side business. We've got other things going on, and this is helping us in moving along the line.
Oh, this is a side project for you.
Oh yes.
What else are you doing?
I still do some consultancy work. I still do. I've got this design and development studio, and this is a regular, business for producing products for others.
What's the URL for that?
It's called Sliday, SLIDAY.com. Yep. So that's been going on for 11 years, and I think it's not the unusual story when the design and development studio builds their own product. MailChimp did it, right?
Yeah, this is interesting. Obviously, you use Sliday to build Karma, correct?
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying that the team is flexible and fluent. They come and go because I take people from other commercial products, I put them on Karma, and then they get back. It's one of those struggles to.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say Sliday looks interesting. I'm always looking for dev shops and design shops to recommend to help people like get their MVP off the ground. So like, what does somebody like Slowbot, if this isn't your own tool, but what does somebody like Slowbot pay to get the MVP built?
Well, it's such a vague question. It could vary from 10 to 1,000 K because of the complexity and the actual functionality that's required.
You said $1,000?
10K to 100,000.
Oh, $10,000 to $100,000 to build the MVP.
Yeah.
I see. And how much time does that usually take?
Well, 100 hours to 1,000 hours. It's kind of,
Let's be specific. Let's be specific. Your time tracking bot for Slack, right? Yeah. They have listed on Sliday. How much time did that take you, and what was the full cost?
The time tracking Slack bot, maybe 300 hours that took. So roughly that would be around 30K.
Okay. Got it. So you're always charging on an hourly basis, not per project.
Roughly. Anyway, like even if it's a fixed price, we still have I still have the amount of hours in my head, so it makes the.
And what was that hourly rate again?
60 to 70.
$60 to $70. Interesting. Very cool. And then it's 200 to 300 hours to build an MVP. That's how you get the 10K to 100K.
Yeah. Roughly.
Yeah. Really, really smart model here. Okay, cool. So I understand dividends. Out of curiosity, how much did you guys pull out in dividends over the past 12 months?
I don't remember.
How much last month?
It's taken when it's needed. It's just there. It's like in a big pile of cash.
So you don't remember how much dividends were taken out of the company last month?
Yes, I don't remember that.
Interesting.
Maybe none, because I have other sources. This is just one of them.
Yep. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. This makes good sense. Let's move forward here with the sort of churn stuff. Obviously, churn's critical in this sort of business. What does it look like?
Let me open it up. It's getting up and down. Obviously, recently we noticed that people, after using Karma for 2 years or 3 years, they just switch to another product because they want the novelty. not because the product is, not doing it for them. It's just the team wants something new. And the new manager is coming and they just changing the tools completely because I'm a new manager. I have to change the culture. So the churn, it was around 1%. Now it's 4, 3. Yeah, well, on average, it's slightly below 3%, 2.8%.
Got it. So annualized, 24 to 36%, something like that.
Yeah, it's not that
And do you have real
terrible. Yeah.
Do you have real expansion revenue, or no? Not you have nothing to upsell yet.
What do you mean?
Do you have the ability to take a customer that started paying you $70 a month last year and upsell them to $140 a month this year?
Yeah, we're doing that, and this works even well for the plans. Sometimes we just say it's getting more expensive, and then we have the automated rewards. When they purchase stuff through us, we get the cut, and that's 10% cut. If they've got like 100 people on the team, and they purchase 10 items a week, that would be roughly extra $100 a week.
Okay, so you upsell based off like percentage of gifts that they're buying for their team or karma they're buying for their team. You upsell based off a number.
Yeah.
What else do you upsell on? Number of seats? What else?
Number of seats, yes, and extra features and stuff.
Very cool. What's the number one most popular feature that people are paying extra for?
Recently, that was, the donut.com, one of those tools to connect people and automate one-on-ones. We built Karma Connect, which will be a smarter version of Donut because we know that Nathan and Stas, they exchanged karma before, so they know each other, but that happened years ago. So maybe we should reconnect the way we do now on the live call. And we can do it with Karma as well. So there is a video within Karma that suggests us to connect.
Very cool, Stas. Let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, favorite book?
1984.
1984. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Studying.
Who?
A CEO that I'm following or studying. I've been following Basecamp, but now I'm not sure.
All right. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building karma?
That will be ProfitWell. I really love what the guys doing. They really help you to understand the math behind the revenue.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
7 today, and I try to stay above 7.
And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
Married with kids.
How many kids?
1.
1 kid. Okay. And how old are you?
I'm almost 40.
Almost 40. Very good. Last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
I don't know. Travel more.
Guys, there we have it. KarmaBot launched back in, call it 2016. They broke $17,000 a month in revenue last year. They're now doing $35,000 a month in revenue as 350 teams and HR teams use their tool to give rewards out to their employees, drive engagement, and drive connectivity in this more and more remote digital world. On the $35,000 a month, last month, they made $25,000 to the bottom line as profits. The 2 founders own 50% each. They're totally bootstrapped, and their full team is 5 people strong. This is all really a side project for them. They've turned down $1 million offer already to exit the business. They want to keep building it into something big. Stas, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thanks so much, Nathan. Talk to you later.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.